Hello everyone, this is Jimmy with OG Yoga. I'm the Veterans Yoga Instructor with OG Yoga Studio. Since 2018, I've been teaching at a few initiatives, including the Braille Institute, as well as the Alternative Healing Network. I also have been teaching veterans-based classes for a group called Connected Warriors. Today we're going to be doing a quick little practice which allows me to become grounded for a quiet sitting, meditation, or just a peaceful moment. So often when we go into meditate, we often concentrate on the parts of our body which are tense or holding stress from the day. So this practice will hopefully be designed for you to get a little quiet moment or meditation while allowing your body to expand on some of the sensations it feels. This practice hopefully will also give you cognizance and awareness of what you're feeling and how you can apply that off in the mat. For instance, if you know that you're holding tension in a certain area when you're sitting quietly, you might also notice that when you're driving or waiting in traffic, that a stress response is happening because you become tense in that area. So to start off from this, we're going to actually start in an easy seated position like this, Sukhasana. I have a bolster underneath me. I have two blocks, which I'm going to use later, and a strap for release. If you don't have a strap or blocks, anything that can do to make up for that is fine. So book, water bottles, something that allows you a little bit of stability. We're not going to be putting a lot of weight on them. T-shirt, dog leash, or anything will work for the strap. So first, come into that easy seat or Sukhasana position. Allow your knees to energetically move towards the ground without pushing them. If you need to pull a little bit of extra skin out of the way from your sitting bones to allow you to sit onto the ground stable, please do so. Allow your spine to relax into its natural curve. Right now, we're not trying to hold ourselves super erect. Allow it to go to where it's at, but be cognizant of any part or area where it's holding tension or causing stress. From there, adjust to whatever suits you at this time. Your chin is level. Your eyes can either be open or closed. If you keep them open, I suggest you slowly lid them, kind of like you're sleepy, and you almost even look down the bridge of your nose. And that allows you to find a nice drishti or point away from you to focus on, allow distractions to move away. But before we do anything, just notice. Even let the sound of my voice go into the background and be cognizant of where your breath is at. Breath is our greatest tool, but it can also be a tool that can cause harm. If you are not comfortable with your breath, it can actually cause threat or stress reactions. So before you go into many breathing techniques, find some awareness of just what your breath does. You have an inhalation of air, either through your mouth or through your nose. The rise of your chest, the rise of your belly, the opening of your back. And as you exhale, all these things retract, collapse, pull in, contract. While you do this, you should notice areas which are holding tension, whether it be your neck right up towards the base of your skull, maybe your lower back near your sacrum, maybe your shoulders. So pay particular attention to those areas as you can without focusing on them too much and bringing too much stress or aggravation to them. Continue for 2 more breaths. Now just some gentle motion side to side. I ran yesterday, so my hips are tight. And when I do this, I notice that I feel tension in my lower back. So instead I switch to a gentle figure 8. Just to allow whatever happens to happen. I'm not fighting it. I'm recognizing that my body's giving me signals. Let's add a little bit of rhythmic movement, and you can link it with breath The manner of breath is not super important at this point, as long as you're breathing in and breathing out. You're doing it right for right now. So I'm going to take my hands out to the side, palms down. My spine is nice and elongated. Inhale, palms up, rise up towards the sky. Maybe your fingers come together, maybe they don't. As you exhale, bring your palms together, push them gently together, energetically exhale. Again, palms down, palms up, inhale. Exhale, palms together. Last time, palms down, palms up, inhale. Maybe your fingers touch, maybe you hold up there for just a moment longer. Exhale, bring them back together. Bring your hands down to your knees and roll your shoulders out in whichever manner seems appropriate. You can roll them out one at a time. You can bring them up to your shoulders and back. You can bring them forward and back down. Let's say we don't wiggle enough. Just allow yourself to move. Let's open up our neck with a gentle stretch. Bring your arms out to the side. Inhale, bring your right hand over to your left temple. Gently down right cheek to right shoulder. Take your other hand and you can extend it away or support it down on the ground. Whichever suits you at this time. Your gaze can either be forward or slightly down. If you want something a little more energetic, maybe extend that left arm away, gripping and extending the fingers. Maybe changing the direction of your hand and see how that affects your deltoids and your traps. Support the head back to center. Bring your arms down to the side. Other side. Inhale, left hand to right temple. Left cheek down to left shoulder. Whatever motion or support on the other side. Go with what your body is telling you. Support the head back up to center. Again, work out your shoulders. Maybe even a couple rotations or Sufi grinds. Make sure you go both ways. From here, we're going to move into tabletop position. If tabletop is uncomfortable, you can modify that by coming back almost into a puppy pose or a kind of variation between child's pose and tabletop, which I'll demonstrate. So first things first, I'm going to move the bolster out of the way, so I do not need it anymore. And in tabletop, of course, we always stack our shoulders over our elbows over our wrists, engage all of our fingers, grip down with your palm, energetically use your palms to support you. My knees are hip width a distance apart, and my toes are either curled under or flat depending on your practice. I have to lean slightly back a little bit to get my spine aligned, but not arch my back. Energetically push my tailbone away. From here, some cat and cow. If this position feels vulnerable or it does not feel comfortable to you, you can spread your knees out, bring your toes together almost like you're going to do child's pose. Sit back gently, put a block bolster underneath you, walk your hands back, and I like to call this kind of a frog or a bulldog pose. And you can do your cat and cow from here. So cat and cow, we're going to inhale. Belly's going to drop. Extend the top of your head, tailbone up. Inhale. Exhale, pull your belly in. Almost like you're doing a crunch. Exhale, cat. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to neutral. You might have to lean slightly forward or back or engage and push your shoulders away depending on your body type. I can see from the picture right now, I can actually adjust it different couple ways. Both of these, my back actually feels pretty aligned and I don't feel any strain. We're going to do what I call sun gods. So I'm going to adjust my knees so that they're stacked under my hips, and I'm going to inhale, extend my right leg away. Now automatically my left hip wants to drop, so I'm going to energetically push into my left hand, extend my left arm, and imagine that my heel and my toes are trying to escape from each other. One more breath. Inhale, exhale, bring it down. From here, little side-to-side motion, maybe some hip rotations, maybe even cat-cow. Other side. Find my alignment, engage my hands, push my left leg up towards the sky. Right hip wants to drop. I align my hips, then extend out my opposite arm. Pulling in your core, provide stabilization. Inhale, exhale, bring it down. From here, child's pose or puppy pose. For puppy pose, you just spread your knees just a little bit, walk your hands forward a little bit, and lean down, and it's quite a shoulder opener. Child's pose, I like to do is bring my knees out, toes together, sit back a little bit first, then energetically fold forward into child's pose. Keeping my elbows bent at first to allow my shoulders to relax, my hips to open. Then from there, I can extend my arms and sink back a little different. Inhale, rise as you back up, back into tabletop position. From here, we're going to step up into Anjanasana or a low lunge. So I like to bring blocks to give a little support, especially if you have knees. Of course, always pad underneath your knee. I bring them in close to allow my spine to align, my tailbone to drop a little bit, and I step forward with my left foot. From here, if I want to keep the blocks, I can. I'm going to move them slightly forward. Again, in Anjanasana, low lunge, you can either have the variation I like to do where I'm energetically pushing my rear hip forward and pulling my left one back, or you could step forward or push back a little bit into classic Anjanasana, or extending that foot, whichever one your practice is calling for. Make sure your hips are aligned, your belly button should be centered between your legs, not leaning over to one side. And we're going to inhale our arms up while pulling in our core. Keeping your core pulled in. Exhale. Flying lunge. Inhale back up. Exhale, bring the blocks back in there just behind your heel or up near your front heel. Curl your rear toes under, and we're going to step up into a halfway lift or halfway fold. Now, a little variation I like to do here, since I have traumatic brain injury, and I'm going to pause for a second, is instead of doing a classical sun salutation where you fold all the way to the ground and back up, I actually add another step in there sometime. So for instance, from here, halfway lift, I'll inhale one more breath, exhale, full fold with lots of bend in the knees. Now to rise up, instead of going straight all the way to the top, we're going to pause halfway. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hold it. Inhale from here, continue the lift to Tadasana. All right, that's a little hard to see me because I'm halfway up. You get the point. I'm going to go down to the ground doing the same method. Inhale, I'm going to bring my arms up overhead. Exhale, halfway lift. I can place it on my shins or on blocks. Exhale, hold it. Inhale. Exhale, fold. So it's one more breath at the halfway lift. Inhale. Place your hands back down onto the ground. Step back into plank, supported plank, or tabletop. From here, we're going to make our way all the way down to our belly, and I'm going to move the blocks out of the way. I'm going to come from plank, My shoulders are stacked, bending the elbows in, lower all the way down to the ground. Place your toes away from you. Your knees are engaged and pulling in slightward so your legs don't splay out. Your pelvis is pushing down towards the ground. Your shoulders are pulled back. Elbows in, baby cobra. Exhale all the way down. We're going to push into downward facing dog with a deep knee bend. Curl your toes under, scooch them up, rise your butt a little bit, push back into downward facing dog, but your knees are very, very, very bent. Walk it out a little bit with bent knees, maybe even dropping the heels slowly, adjusting your foot position if you need to. Now, your elbows rotate in, push away with your palms, inflate your lats or your upper back, push your tailbone towards the sky. Then you can slowly straighten out your legs to downward facing dog. Inhale, look up at your hands. Exhale, drop back down into tabletop. Whatever motion is required. Blocks come back into place if you need them. Step up with the right foot. Line back to top. Variation of your choice. I'm going to move this foot forward just a little bit. Allow a little bit of extension in that right leg. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, flying. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're not going to go back up to standing for purposes of shortening the video, but I'm going to lift up, step back into plank, try not to kick my towel out of the way, which I did, and then I'm going to lower back down to tabletop. From tabletop, we're going to make our way to our butt. So simple enough, you can step, hop through if you'd like, especially if you're an Ashtanga practitioner and you love to do that weird kind of thing. My arms are too short. I am just simply going to move to one side and roll forward so that I'm actually facing towards you. Pause in Sukhasana for a moment and notice the change. Bring your feet together, cobbler's pose, and you got a couple variations. You can bring your heels in tight, or you can actually extend your feet away slightly, open up your cobbler's pose, and energetically push down on your thighs. Each has different effects, whether it's on the inside of the hip girdle or on the outside, or as a lower back release. Whichever one you're telling your body's saying to do, or both. Now from here, bring your knees together. Have that strap handy. Lower all the way down to the ground using your core or whatever support you need. All the way back down to the ground. Adjust as you need to. And you're actually going to keep your knees bent at first. Reach down and grab the strap and make sure that there's a loop in it, or you have something that you can wrap around the ball of your foot. I like to keep this left knee bent first because I have small arms, not because of any other reason. I place the strap right below the ball of the foot and not quite into the arch. Extend my toes back. Then I can lay that left leg down and extend my right leg up. You can use two hands, one hand. Now the important thing about this is not exactly how far this is pulling, but more importantly, are your shoulders down the ground? Is your neck relaxed? And what is this opposite hip doing? Is it opening up or is it engaged and pushed away? Push your opposite heel away as well while you're doing the same thing towards the sky with the one you're stretching. Same thing as you open up to the side. You can grab with your opposite hand, give a little bit of support, open up to that side, and only go as far as you can until your hip on the opposite side does not want to turn with it. I'm pretty open this side, but you'll see the other side is a lot different. Inhale, rise back up to the top. Switch sides. Here's what you see. I get to right about here, then my thighs start pressing together, and I can either let that heel open and bring my right butt off the ground, or I can keep it engaged, even switch hands, and then really get a good stretch. I might not be going all the way down to the ground, but that outer thigh is really being worked. Switching sides. I'll go through it a little bit quicker in the interest of time. Obviously, you should do both sides the same amount. Drop the strap down to the ground. Allow yourself to come to a broken bridge. Move your hips back and forth a little bit. Option for bridge pose, or even better, since you want to relax your shoulders, some gentle bridge with movement. All the cues from bridge pose: bring your butt back towards your heels. If you can reach back and touch them, cool. If not, allow your hips to be squared, your knees slightly apart, engage your legs. And as you inhale and rise, bring your arms up overhead or behind you. Two more times. Last one. Bring my knees into a ball. Right here would be a great place to go into wind releasing pose, or maybe even a seated variation of pigeon, the figure four. But again, to keep this short, just going to give a nice little rotation. Rock back and forth. Up into Sukhasana, where I settle myself in for my breath, my meditation, my reflection, whatever you need to do. Again, this is Jimmy with OG Yoga. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today. Please take a look at what OG Yoga has to offer. It's a nonprofit organization which brings yoga to underserved communities. Any donation, any help that you can give will obviously help in these troubling times. Please record this, take a look at it, try it again a couple times, add your variations in there. Then take some of this and what you've learned off the mat. Yoga on the mat is easy. Yoga in practical life is the real practice. Can you be aware of the sensations of your body? What stress and trauma or anger, anxiety is telling you, and how your body physically holds on to it and gives you clues and ideas of how to release it. As always, the light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.